Picture this, an ordinary guy gets reincarnated with one cheat, a system that converts wealth into power. But he grows so fast, so unnaturally, that even his own master starts to fear him. One day he steps up to save his senior's life, and the very next moment, he becomes humanity's last line of defense. This is that story, where every victory hides a sacrifice no one saw coming. His name is Fang Ping. 10 years before he even shows up, this world already has monsters walking around in human skin. 2 grandmasters, both triple S rank, going at it in a fight that levels a mountain. One of them gets thrown into a cliffside like it's nothing, gets back up, and ends the fight in one move just to prove who's really in charge. Cut straight to a classroom. Fang Ping jolts awake, looking like he just lived through a nightmare. His teacher walks in and drops the line that changes everything. Martial arts exam trials start tomorrow. His face says it all, like something has already gone horribly, hilariously wrong. Srefrizjo set up Fang Pings with his friends when one of them shows up with a video on his phone. A guy named Lee is on screen saying, "I'm about to show you something insane. If I die doing this, remember me." The location in that video? Fang Ping recognizes it instantly. It's the exact same battlefield from his dream. The one where 2 grandmasters tore a mountain apart. He doesn't get it yet, so he does what anyone would do. He searches it online. Turns out there's a parallel world where strength decides everything. The stronger the martial artist, the better your life. And suddenly, tomorrow's exam doesn't look random anymore. It's the door into that world. Fang Ping decides he's signing up. Problem? Registration costs 10,000. And since he just got reincarnated into a brand new family, he has no idea if they can even afford it. He gets home, finds his little sister, immediately can't stop pinching her cheeks, some things transcend dimensions, and sits down for a family dinner. He asks his dad straight up, "Can I sign up for the martial arts exam?" His dad goes quiet, walks off, comes back a minute later grinning, and drops 10,000 on the table without a second thought. This family isn't rich, but this version of his dad refuses to crush his kid's dreams, and even his mom picks up extra work just to help fund the training. The next morning, his friends clown him for wasting the money. Pure waste. No future in it, they say. Then the teacher walks in with actual news. A top-tier martial artist named Wang is visiting the school tomorrow to give a talk, and Fang Ping stuck on pickup duty. Back home, Fang Ping spiraling about the money his family just burned on him, until his mom pulls out 2 pills. Blood-refining pills, wildly expensive, each one runs into the hundreds. His stats before taking them? Rock bottom. The second he swallows them, something inside him detonates, a raw surge of energy, big enough that it actually gets picked up by a wanted criminal nearby, a serious tier martial artist currently holding a girl hostage. Meanwhile, Wang, who wasn't due until morning, arrives early, specifically to hunt that criminal down and save her. Back to Fang Ping. His whole body feels like it's being torn apart and rebuilt, muscle by muscle. Painful, but it doesn't translate to much raw power yet, which tells him something important. If he wants real strength, he needs real money. Silver lining, the pills don't get used up after the effect fades. They compound. Next morning, Fang Ping and his friends go pick up Senior Wang. Wang doesn't say much about the energy spike he clearly sensed radiating off this random kid. He's sharp enough to know exactly where it came from, but he keeps it to himself. Gives a speech at the academy that leaves the whole room fired up. Before leaving, he hands out his number to Fang Ping and friends. "Anything goes wrong, call me. I'll come." Srefrizjo. Later that day, something comes up at home, and Fang Ping heads up to the floor above his apartment, where he runs straight into the wanted criminal. Turns out the guy's been renting the space upstairs the entire time. The criminal panics, thinking he's been made, quietly lures Fang Ping inside to stall. But Fang Ping already clocked who he is. He fires off a message to Wang, "Get here now." Before he can finish typing, the criminal attacks, a full kill shot. Fang Ping should be done for, but the leftover energy from the pills kicks back in right at the worst possible moment for the criminal, and Fang Ping gets back up. He tries to fight, badly outmatched, and the criminal's about to finish the job. When Wang crashes in and drops him in a single hit, the hostage gets rescued. That night, Wang goes through what they recovered off the criminal: energy stones, more blood-refining pills, and finally breaks down the pill system properly for Fang Ping. Blood-refining pills for the earliest training stage, only useful short-term. Blood-refining elixir once you've broken into full martial artist status. Bone-tempering pills slowly reinforce your skeletal structure, arguably the most critical resource for a martial artist. Organ protection pills used during breakthroughs, since your organs can take serious damage mid-transformation and you won't always see it coming. Wang's rule: never take these outside their proper window. Timing is everything. Later, Alone in his room, Fang Ping checks his system. The haul from the criminal reads as roughly 2 million in value. He converts a chunk of it straight into power. Result, 113 calories of raw output per vrogju. The exam next day, selection trials for the martial arts training program. Passing threshold, 112. Everyone's maxing out, one by one falling short. Fang Ping pushes to his limit and the room goes silent. His result, 149, nearly matching Wang's own numbers at a fraction of the time. He runs home to show his parents. His dad tears up, his mom's the same. The next day, Wang congratulates him properly, introduces him to his late master's daughter, and for a second lets his guard down, remembering his master, who sacrificed himself protecting humanity. Wang had begged him to survive, even offered to marry the daughter in his place, but got shut down hard. She's a child. Don't say things like that. Then Wang snaps back to business, sucker punches Fang Ping just to remind him he's still weak, and walks him through his university options. Out of everything available, one stands out: Mowu, Modu Martial University. Top-tier talent pool, brutal competition, and bonus. Cheaper refining pills than most. Fang Ping's whole family sees him off at the station, Wang included, surprised arrival at Mowu. The gate alone stops him in his tracks. Massive, deliberately oversized, built to remind every student that no matter how strong they think they are, they're still small here. A senior named Fu Changding meets him at the gate, Wang's old rival, and doesn't exactly roll out the welcome mat. At registration, the staff nearly falls over. Fang Ping's already hit second stage bone tempering in under a month, something that takes talented students 6 months minimum. They retest him to confirm. He's actually at third stage. The respect shift is instant. He gets bumped into a luxury dorm. A senior named Yunnan walks him there, warning him, comfort or not, this school demands total mental discipline. Martial arts is slow, exhausting, patience-testing work. A neighbor, Chong, drops by to introduce himself, hypes up Wang's reputation, apparently wrecked the entire freshman class on day 1 back in his time, and admits respectfully that Fang Ping's already ahead of him. Everyone gathers on the field. Late arrivals get locked out entirely, no exceptions. A teacher lays down the law. 20 credit points deducted for lateness. For context, 1 credit is worth serious real-world money, and new students only start with 50 total. Then the full staff shows up, one after another, each releasing enough pressure to visibly push the crowd back. Fang Ping's the only one who holds his ground and pushes back, impressing them despite not even being a martial artist yet. Then the headmaster walks in. 8th stage, a completely different level of presence. Every freshman gets a top-grade blood refining pill, and then the real test begins, the training tower. 9 floors total. Freshmen only cleared to reach floor 4. Each floor represents a different specialization, and where you land determines your track for the rest of your time here. Cap, 400 students per floor. Miss the cutoff. Try to force your way to a fuller floor anyway, and you're eliminated on the spot, plus a 30 credit penalty. Fang Ping blows through the early floors, barely a challenge, starting to wonder if Wang oversold this place. Most of the crowd doesn't even look serious. He arrives at floor 4 just minutes after his friend Dong. Furious that the competition's this weak, he shouts it out loud, instantly making enemies out of the entire floor. The dean, unimpressed by how soft this year's freshman crop is, announces, anyone who defeats him in the next 30 minutes gets a credit. That's all the excuse the floor needs. A mob rushes him. He and Dong hold their own until a pink-haired fighter, dangerous enough that she once actually pushed Wang, gets involved, and then a blue-haired classmate splits the pair up strategically, isolating Fang Ping. 20+ attackers descend on him at once. He can't risk exposing his system in public, so he swallows a small pill for a quick burst, launches into the air right as the timer runs out, and gets declared the winner by default. The dean rubs it in. An entire floor and you couldn't take down one non-martial artist. Remember this shame. Next morning, mentor selection. Fang Ping's drawn to a teacher named Wu Wudi, who deliberately caps her roster at 20 students so she can actually train them properly. Her pitch is blunt. If you care about your health, don't come to me. Everyone I train ends up wrecked. She already knows Fang Ping doesn't come from money, so she offers unlimited pills on the house, along with a warning, you've already made enemies here on day 1. You need to get dangerously strong, fast, or someone's going to end you. He signs up. Training starts immediately. Step 1. Open every channel in his body for better blood flow. That means organ protection and bone refining pills first. Then blood refining to force the rest of his gates open. The moment it hits, he feels a completely new kind of energy and immediately gets overexcited and mouths off to his teacher, earning a slap for it. Next lesson, focus strikes. Wu Wudi demonstrates a kick with insane concentrated force. Condense your blood energy into one point, and your output multiplies tenfold. Fang Ping tries to replicate it. His leg cracks. That evening, hospital. Bone repair pills run roughly 1 million each. Good thing his earlier fight winnings cover it. Walking out, 3 seniors corner him. Their little brothers got wrecked by Wang, and now they want payback through his student. Fang Ping accepts the challenge on principle. His teacher's reputation is on the line. Fighting on a busted leg, he dodges the first attack and drops the senior instantly. Then, channeling everything Wu Wudi taught him, he jumps, condenses all his blood energy into his legs, and levels all 3 seniors with one devastating kick. The referee's stunned that a brand new student is already this strong, and it turns out Wang was watching the entire fight from the shadows. He makes it clear, anyone with a problem can come find him directly. Later, Wang tells him a much bigger test is coming soon, Cross Academy, and to start preparing now. The Academy confirms it, a nationwide test involving 5 or 6 schools, happening within the month. Reputation, resources, and a 20% resource boost are all on the line for whichever school wins. Fang Ping trains hard for weeks, even gets issued a weapon he initially can't control. At one point, he accidentally wrecks part of the academy with it, but eventually masters it. The tournament. The host, Luke, hypes the crowd. This isn't a normal tournament. Fang Ping's little sister shows up to cheer him on. Team lineups: Red, Zhengu Academy, captained by a veteran fighter named Hang. Then Green, Yellow, and Blue, Fang Ping's brand new squad, thrown together and dismissed as a joke before the first match even starts. Round 1, Red versus Green. Green's captain, Su, opens aggressive with a heavenly clash attack. Hang dodges it mid-air, counters with his signature move, the Rising Sun, but Su blocks it clean. Then Hang disappears behind him, blade at the throat, loosens the grip just enough to make Su think he has an opening, and drops him the instant he moves. Pure mind games. Red wins. Round 2, Blue's turn. Fang Ping's little sister begs him not to go. He goes anyway. This is broadcast nationwide. His dad's watching from the office. His signature move, the legendary Lion Roar, is supposedly a 1 in 100,000 technique. His opponent goads him. Fang Ping says nothing, which pisses the guy off enough to attack recklessly. Fang Ping blocks it like it's nothing, splits his weapon into 2, and finishes the fight using exactly what Wu Di taught him. Blue wins. Fang Ping still not done for the day. Round 3, same opponent's captain steps up personally, determined to expose whatever trick Fang Ping's hiding. Mid-fight, Fang Ping pops 2 pills and fully recovers his strength on the spot, visibly stronger, not just healed. The captain panics. The crowd panics. Even the principal's stunned, guessing Fang Ping must have some kind of freak physiology to absorb pills that fast. Round 4, instant aggression from Yellow's Chan, furious that a 2-month rookie is already this dominant. Fang Ping ends it with a single mid-air kick. Round 5, the Yellow captain himself steps in, breaking protocol to fight without waiting for the ref. Fang Ping, still not fully recovered, barely dodges, then flips the system on again, launching into the air. The fight escalates into a full transformation battle. The captain unlocks a lion form technique. Fang Ping counters with a blue phoenix form of his own. One final full power exchange decides it. The captain's reserves collapse first. Fang Ping, 3 wins in a single day. Day 1 ends there. Fang Ping's now flagged as a top performer, which backfires, since it means he's paired against stronger opponents next. Worse, his next scheduled opponent is one of his own school's upperclassmen. He tries to bow out of the fight out of respect. His senior shuts that down immediately. A martial artist never runs from a fight. If you don't learn that now, the dungeons will teach you the hard way. The word dungeon makes the freshmen go quiet. None of them know what that even means yet. His teacher advises holding back his real trump card for the finals. Let the others take this round. Rest up. Fang Ping agrees, sends Dong and the rest instead. Dong's teammate, the blue-haired girl, wins her match with a brutal finishing kick. Dong loses to Red's captain, no shame in it. He trusts Fang Ping to close it out. Chan takes on Red's captain next, gets skewered with a rod, loses, but earns respect from the crowd for giving everything she had. Blue barely scrapes through the remaining rounds and secures a final spot, but the team's badly banged up. Fang Ping rallies everyone before the finals. Jinwoo, Blue versus Red's rep. Jinwoo's fast and looks like he's winning, until his opponent suddenly levels up mid-fight and finishes him in 1 second flat, then calls for a second round immediately. Match 2. Chan steps back in, tells her opponent to surrender preemptively. He underestimates her, lands a fire punch that knocks her out cold, except her revival pill kicks in right as the ref's about to call it. and she gets back up. Her opponent, having burned through his own reserves, passes out. Even trade. Match 3, Red's strongest fighter unloads on Chan with everything he has, including a family heirloom technique that could genuinely kill her, until Fang Ping steps in at the last second and blocks it outright, then finishes the guy in under 2 minutes. Final match? Fang Ping versus Hang, captain to captain. Hang opens with no warning. Fang Ping counters with Bloodburst Frenzy. Hang blocks it mid-air with his own technique, then gets behind him and cracks him across the skull with a staff. Fang Ping goes down hard, badly hurt, quietly recovers using the system, and comes back up. Hang, none of your old tricks will work on me now. Fang Ping unleashes his real trump card. Tiger breaks the army. That's the fight. Part 1 of the tournament ends there. Fang Ping realizes just how brutal this path really is, even with the system helping, and shifts his mindset. Less reliance on shortcuts, more real training. Final ranking. 2nd place overall. Dong points out he could have taken 1st, just would have had to beat Wang. Fang Ping, fully fired up, says he'll make that happen eventually. Back home, a government official shows up with a reward. A new house, fully legal, for putting Mouwu's name on the map. His family is floored. His little sister immediately claims her room. New Year arrives. Celebration, laughter, until Fang Ping and his friends get invited to a rival academy's gathering by Wang, who has one specific request. Go remind their students what real skill looks like. In exchange, high-grade pills. Fang Ping agrees. He proposes a deal to the rival principal directly. Let him fight through their students. And any student who loses badly and clearly isn't serious about martial arts gets cut. Redirect their resources toward the ones who actually want it. The principal agrees. What follows is a one-sided exhibition. Fang Ping demolishes challenger after challenger, at one point literally throwing his weapon aside to fight barehanded, taking real damage in the process but refusing to lose because Wang's reputation is riding on it. He goes fully feral by the end, and even Wang looks shaken watching it. Message received, nobody else steps up. Back at Mouwu, Fang Ping runs into Fu Changding, testing his strength on a sparring partner. A senior teacher, Lu, pulls Fang Ping aside for something important. A specialized breakthrough chamber. Insanely expensive, but exactly what he needs to push into 3rd stage. He meditates inside as strange particles amplify his focus 100-fold, and successfully connects all his mana channels. Stage 3, unlocked. The principal announces, government orders, students are being sent into the dungeons. Other teachers push back hard, worried about what's actually down there. Nobody really knows. Then 2 bodies come back on a truck. Dead. 6 high-level martial artists are reported missing entirely. A funeral follows, grieving families, a somber academy. The next class session finally explains what the dungeons actually are. This concept traces back roughly 800 years to a massive earthquake that tore open a gateway. Anyone who approached the entrance early on reportedly died, rumored to be guarded by Stage 8 martial artists. There are 22 known dungeons total, hiding valuable and extremely dangerous resources humanity barely understands. Fang Ping and his group finally suit up for their first real dungeon run. Teachers, close friends, all in it together. The principal sends them off. Show me everything you've learned. The mood on the way in is heavy. This isn't a game, and people have already died here. Inside, a massive lobby covered in posted quests, an exchange market for rare loot, and brutal security. The guard's warning is blunt. One mistake, and you're dead. Stick together, no exceptions. Fang Ping goes in first, jokes around for a second to break the tension, earns a kick from his friend for it, and steps through into a space built entirely out of raw magic. They meet their guide, General Bo, who explains the region used to be peaceful before enemy incursions turned it into a war zone, attack frequency up 6-fold in the last year alone. Another old-timer walks them through the grim reality. There's nowhere to even bury the dead here. Then Fang Ping's teacher tells him something unexpected. It's time to go it alone for a stretch. Fang Ping's shocked, but he's reminded that even Wang once cleared Stage 5 monsters solo down here. Risk comes with the territory. The second he moves ahead, he's cut off from the group entirely. He runs into a masked warrior, takes him down in one hit, only to realize afterward that was a Stage 3 fighter. More masked warriors close in, furious, and start hunting him by sensing his presence. He runs, genuinely outmatched, hoping his friends find him before it's too late. Cornered in a clearing, a massive lion-like creature appears. Turns out it's not hunting Fang Ping, it's hunting a magic stone he's carrying. He ditches the stone. The creature chases it instead. He almost escapes clean until it catches him and starts draining his vital energy directly. Here's the twist. Because of his system, his reserves are effectively bottomless. The creature can't drain him dry no matter how hard it tries, and eventually gives up, satisfied, and goes to sleep. Fang Ping uses this, feeds it just enough energy to keep it dozing, then uses it as cover, luring hostile warriors past it and letting the beast wipe them out while he loots their gear. Pushing further, he spots something deeply unsettling. A massive gathering of white-robed figures bearing an unfamiliar sun and flower symbol. He retreats quietly back to the sleeping beast to hide. He checks his system. A stage 4 upgrade would cost roughly 2 million, plus a blood sacrifice. He holds off. He tries reasoning with the creature. Leave it alone now. Come back later with more food. It works well enough. He slips away and eventually reunites with his group, but not before surviving several more dangerous skirmishes along the way. He comes back bloodied, barely standing. Rushed to medical care, he's grilled with questions and reveals what he saw. White-robed figures, a sun and flower emblem. The senior staff go pale. This isn't a minor threat. It could mean an organized attack on humanity itself. Emergency forces mobilize immediately. Fang Ping knows exactly how outmatched they'd be if that fight actually happens. This isn't a sparring match where losing just means embarrassment. But he doesn't fold. He pushes his teacher for high-grade pills, recovers what he can, and commits to closing the gap to Wang's level. Whatever it takes. A powerful ally hands him a weapon earned from his kills in the dungeon, one that'll matter in the fight ahead. Soldiers and teachers gear up. Fang Ping meditates alone beforehand, pushing his system for every last bit of recovery. Fu Changding joins him outside. Buzzing with excitement, he's on the verge of stage 4 himself. Before the battle, students are reminded, this is not a drill. Follow the soldier's lead, no exceptions. The fight begins. The ground itself seems to shake. Fang Ping and Dong team up and start clearing enemies fast, until a stage 5 enemy turns the tide entirely. Before Fang Ping and Dong can react, Fu Changding charges in solo and finishes it with a single decisive strike, buying the soldiers room to bring in cannon fire, and momentum swings back to humanity's side. Then the enemy's stage 8 commanders show up personally. Everything changes. The battlefield's strongest defenders, stage 6 teachers, throw everything they have and still can't break through. One by one, the strongest fighters on the field start falling. Then the principal steps in, along with the other academy heads, all stage 8 and above. Even together, they can't put down the enemy general. So the principal makes the call, a full self-sacrifice technique. Devastating enough to take anyone down with it, including himself. It kills the enemy leader outright. With their commander gone, the remaining enemy forces lose all purpose and self-destruct. Silence falls over the battlefield. The surviving principals speak as one. Their leader gave his life for the next generation, a sacrifice that will never be forgotten. And that's where this season ends.